The greatest poker bluff of all time didn't take place during a card game. It didn't take place in a casino. It actually happened on the front lines during World War II. People forget that in the beginning of World War II, America was not exactly confident that they were going to win this war. At many points on the map, they didn't have enough tanks, they didn't have enough planes, they didn't have enough men. So they came up with quite literally a creative solution. They reached out to art schools in New York to recruit people for a top secret mission that would now be called the Ghost Army. The concept was that if they could convince the Germans that they had troops and tanks in a place that they didn't actually, that kind of didn't matter if they were real. You have to stop and consider for a second how insane it is to even get something like this approved. You're talking about using a military budget to make fake tanks, fake troops, and a fake military brigade simply on the hopes that it's going to fool the Germans. This idea had to be passed all the way up the totem to Eisenhower for approval, and somehow, some way, they actually went forward with it. They created inflatable tanks. They went and recorded real tanks. They made massive speakers in the back of trucks to blast the sound from miles away. They had entire teams doing fake radio coordination so that when the Germans were listening into the radio, they would know for sure, okay, this really is a military brigade. These inflatable tanks looked incredibly convincing from the air, but the problem is that oftentimes the barrel of the tank wouldn't inflate properly and was sagging down, so they'd have to hold it up with a stick. There was an entire group of guys responsible for keeping up this ruse who would spend time in bars in Europe with fake patches on their arms, completely pretending that they were part of a military when they actually probably didn't even know how to fire a gun. At one point during the war, General Patton realizes there's a 70-mile gap in his tank line. He calls on the Ghost Army. For 7 days, they hold up this ruse, not knowing if the Germans are going to come in with needles and pop their balloon tanks, and for 7 days, it actually works. I like to imagine that decades later, one of these set designers is working on a movie somewhere, and the studio is like, hey, we really want the tanks to look real in this movie. Can you deliver that? And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. Anyways, until next time, let me know if you guys need anything.